professional horn player, and I'm doing a warm-up and gonna play above high C today. I'm working on some hide-in stuff, so it's been kind of fun to push myself to play a bit higher than I normally do. Whenever you play really high, it's really important to warm up in a super chill way first so you don't end up injuring yourself. So I'm going to start with my stamp exercises. That's always my first notes of the day. Focus on having my lips be really, really close together from the very start of the first note and to have a completely full tank of air before I play. Alright, stamp exercise done, but I did notice that I'm not coordinating super well for the first notes, and I need to figure out why that's happening for today. So I'll figure that out while I'm doing the scales. It's something with my prep of how I'm starting my very first notes. So first chromatic, and then I'll do my major scales. I think I know what's going on. So my buzz isn't completely symmetrical. It's not like this. It's slightly asymmetrical, where my bottom lip is actually slightly over to the side, and that's what works best for my setup. I don't recommend doing it. It just works for me. And so to get that asymmetry warmed up, I do this exercise where you go from like a horse into using the least amount of tension possible into a buzz. I do it 10 times or something, and it really sets me up for the day. And if I put that into the horn, then my buzz gets way more efficient. Yeah, it feels way more easy playing that way. Welcome to the stream, you guys. All right, that's pretty good for high scales. Now I'll go a little bit low. It's a pretty good playing day. Lips feel pretty good. Next, there might be some flexibility exercises. These are what I have the most fun with. We keep the fingering the same, and then using airspeed and like lip coordination to shift between notes. Okay, so that used to be the hardest thing in the world for me, doing flexibility exercises in the mid-low register. And I once worked with a teacher who basically, because I asked about like, what do you do about a break? I had a break in the mid-low register, and what my teacher said to me was that whenever there's a break, it just means that your lips are too far apart, that the buzz stops. So by keeping your lips closer together and then using accurate airspeed, you can iron over any break you have. So that helped me a lot, especially in the mid-low register and like around there, to have things be really consistent and not need really big shifts. So now it's time for some lip trills, some extended technique stuff. I like to warm up the like bones of it first. It seems like almost you'd never need 1, 2, and 3 on the F side as a lip trill to be there, but I'm pretty sure I've done it before. At least maybe a Mahler, or when you do trills from F to G to like partially stop your horn to bring it down a half step, and then do 1 and 2 and 3. I swear I've done that, but I can't remember on what piece. Something in orchestra. I'm gonna try that phrase for Mozart 4 again. I'm not sure whether to do that one on starting from above or staying on the pitch. Or B-I-I-I-um. I kind of like it from above because you're already playing the note. So I like the second version better. Alright, lip trill's done. Check. Repeat articulation is in the books. Double tonguing. I haven't done double tonguing in a while. I have a simple but sort of brutal double tonguing pattern that I do. I shredded that was F sharp major, that last one. That used to be my worst key on this, and now I think it might be like B major. Hello, BR. You're going through the second horn list for San Diego. How do you play the Haydn signal second horn one? In the Adagio ending fast part on B flat or F horn? So is the one you're talking about this one? That one? Yeah, the last section. I do it on the B flat horn because, like, I know it was written for natural horn back in the day, but it can sound really muddy, and the vibe you want to give off it is like effortlessness and clarity above all, especially in that excerpt. So I do B flat side. I also you got to do what's in tune. That's like the number one thing. Well, I mean, when you're figuring out the technique, you got to do what you got to do. But the next layer is also playing it really in tune, because when you do play it on stage, if it rings out of tune, it's a lot of open fourths and fifths. And so taking the time to, like, I probably wouldn't use a drone. I would record yourself and listen back and check with the tuner. But that'll really help you get, when you're playing really in tune, you get super clear articulations as well. But yeah, use the B flat side. So everything on the B flat side except for the low A. And then for the opening phrase, trigger 2 tends to sit like pretty high when I start this excerpt, so I sometimes start this excerpt on open. And then to make it sound like sparkly, I practice it flutter-tongued and then air attacked as well. So and then yeah, air attacked. And the da da, the last two notes are super important because that will ring out in the hall. Like all the fingerings that are available to us on my horn are terribly out of tune. They do not ring. So if you can get those last two notes really in tune, you will sit a league above everyone else who's taken that. Yeah, I've doo-dooed on that excerpt. St. Louis. I realized that it's really important to have a good breathing plan. I hadn't really figured that out by this time in my audition taking, but the two phrases are different. Bum, bim, bum, bum, bim, bum, bim, bim. Bum, bum, whatever. One of them is an eighth note, rest. And then the one right before the really fast passage is like a quarter. Yeah, it's a quarter, so you can make it sound a little bit longer, and I just like hadn't worked on coordinating the breath. And so if you breathe too close to doing that like last technical flourish, yeah, you can run into some trouble. I certainly did. Okay, double tonguing. Oh, and a hot tip, if you're doing the San Diego audition, for the final round, they typically have you play the entire list, either from top to bottom or in whatever order you want. So just prepare that when you're doing mocks. That's my recommendation. Yeah. You don't want the first time you're reading down the entire list to be when you're on stage. Alright, B major. Yeah, pretty short list. I haven't seen the list, so cool. They're pretty merciful. It's like usually like 20 excerpts or so. Or like even less. When I did the second horn audition a few years ago, it was like, I think it was like maybe 15 or 20. The most I ever did for an audition was, I think, Boston Utility, and I was like 40-something. That was a lot of excerpts. Or Philly also had something crazy. Yeah, my fingers are not working on this. I'm gonna practice it. Sometimes I'm noticing that when I switch from, have to quickly go from, honestly, going from 2 to 1 is my least favorite fingering change. I'm noticing that my pointer finger is like flying up before it goes down. I had a teacher who taped my fingers to my vowels multiple times. Alright. Alright, got a few percent better. You know what? It's maybe 1% better than it was, and I'll take it. Alright, next up, we're double tonguing arpeggios. This one's really fun. You could, like, what helps warm this up is scatting. Daga dagi daga dago daga dagi daga dago daga dagi daga dago daga dagi daga daga dagi da daga dagi daga dago daga dagi daga dago daga dagi dago. I'm gonna try that again, but from a more full tank of air. Whoa, crazy thunder. One thing that's really hard on multiple tonguing is to get like pristine articulations on every single one. Yeah, it's sort of cutting out when I get above a certain speed on the descent. Yeah, I definitely prefer the second horn Haydn 31 excerpt to the first or third horn excerpt, and that's sort of what I'm practicing for recently. I'm trying to like warm up above high C to have the Haydn 31 first horn excerpt C sharps to be like the articulation to be better up there. So now that I've warmed up basically most other parts of my playing, I'm gonna do a little bit of my high range warm-ups. I like the what is it? Spaghetti machine, sort of the Andrew Bain flexibility warm-up that goes up into the high register. get to go above high C. The approach for above high C today will be some harmonic exercises. And then repeated articulation. I look less than thrilled because like this is the stuff that is really hard for me. Especially the repeated articulation. So I'll do like these octave harmonic exercises where I'm trying to pick up every single harmonic on the way up. C. That's as high as normally you ever need to go. But we're going to try going higher. We got to take a bunch of breaks. I think it's so much more back pressure when I play really high, especially above high C. It's a different sort of world than the fourth horn below the staff where I normally hang out. It's just so much more back pressure on the head. All right, E flat. That's normally my highest note of a day. We'll try going higher. Just one attempt, 2 attempts. Oh, no. All right, one more at high E. It's all right. That's about how it normally goes. But the real test is, can I do repeat articulations in the highest register of the horn, and can I do it above high C? So I'm gonna take a minute to chill. How's it going, y'all? Do you have any French horn players here? Oh, yeah, that's right. BR is still here. Are you practicing right now? What are you up to? Just finished. Nice. I have to like take a minute to chill out whenever I'm doing these really high register exercises because they just make me tense. Tense as heck. Doing another session tonight. Nice. So what am I going for with this repeat articulation exercise? Probably to keep the air going between articulations, so like play it more legato rather than staccato. Okay, so it's sounding more tense on high C, so I'm going to back it down another half step and check it on high B and see if I'm having an issue there. It sounds fine. So there's something going on with high C. I subscribe to the way of playing with vowels, and so it's where you, for the low register, go to, ta in the middle register, and t for the high register, and in between vowels as well. But I think there's like a fifth gear or sixth gear above t, where some people do called te. Also heard people do tu. So I'm gonna try out different vowels to see if that will help my clarity on high C repeated articulations. So first I'll try T. It seems like when I do T, it's like the notes want to cut off. Maybe it's not the vowel, but the consonant. Instead of doing T, this time I'll do D. So that more of my tongue, instead of being like really like narrow, it'll be a bit wider. And that'll help get the air pressure up higher. It kind of helped. Maybe TH. Da, 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 da. Or DH. Da, 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 da. That helped a lot, actually. Okay. Now to go above high C. Oh, man. Sort of have this like high register dread. I just like playing in the low register more. You can play in the low register all day. There's like no back pressure. It's hard to miss notes down there. I don't understand. Okay, here we go. It's better going DH rather than T. It's keeping the sound more consistent. Maybe I'll try breath attacking it once. That's basically slurring it, but yeah, it's something about the repeater articulation that's like getting in the way. Maybe it's the consonant. All right, it's getting better. All right, we'll try on high D and then call it. Wow, it is just pouring outside. The back pressure of playing above high C, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's too much. Have I ever done Caruso? No. I did it for a masterclass for Julie once when I was in high school, but I like watched some of her videos online and I got roasted for like going to week 6 when I had only been doing it for like 3 weeks or something. So I felt like unsupervised I was gonna do more damage than I think supervised, my friends who have done Caruso have had good things to say about it. Yeah, I'm doing these repeat articulation patterns that my grad school teacher, Bill Purvis, taught me at Yale. It sort of helps you, like, if things aren't working well in the articulation, it usually tells you that you're, I don't know, gives you a bunch of information. Helps you find where the center of the note is and a bunch of other stuff. But that's about how many notes I can play above high C for a day. Let's see if I can do a slur up to high D in context of the Star Wars solo. I've been trying to get that better. I'm finding that I get like 95% of the way there, and then my buzz doesn't really want to get all the way to high D. It stops at like C sharp. Because I'm aiming for like a juicy slur like I do on basically every note, where I try to hit as many partials in between slurs as possible, but going up to high D, I haven't been able to do it in a way that's like healthy. Yeah, I feel like when I slur up from the F to the D, boy, it's not super clear. Yeah. Let me try it buzzed. Yeah, it's like, it's taking me too long to do the slur. Maybe if I did it slower, boy, Oh, hello, welcome back. Hup before he plays? I had no idea. I've never heard that Phil Myers thing. Yeah, I got it from hearing trumpet players, where you'd hear like the sound of their lips come apart when they would start notes. Like, I wonder if you can even hear that, but it's like sound. You can hear it through the instrument. Hup. Hup. What else might be happening? I might be tired. That's getting better. All right, last attempt. Yeah, if you're ever arranging something for French horn, don't do it for, don't write any notes above high C, please. Okay, high register, we're putting it away. I'm great, chill, and I'm happier now that my high register practice is over. So now I can fart away in the low register to my heart's content. See, that's just so much more fun to play. Than like Mozart 4. I would love if that was like a standard low horn audition piece. Okay, so what have we done today? Stamp exercises, scales, flutter tonguing, double tonguing, lip trills, repeat articulation, harmonic exercises in the high register, tonguing in the high register, Star Wars. Oh, I didn't do I-31. Oh man. that might not be for this session. One of my like goals right now is to figure out how to play Haydn 31, the first horn part, with repeats. I don't have my desk can with me, but so I don't even know. It must be possible. I don't know how people do it though. It's so hard because it's like the phrases are never ending. Like there's no rest. Yeah, I mean, already I'm like completely gassed. On the desk can, I feel like it's not even that much easier, at least in terms of stamina. Maybe there's a smart way of like phrasing it, where you take like longer rests. I feel like that one's easier to do with a repeat if you can just like play in a big hall. I mean, it must be, I can't play this one legato, like in sustained and get through it. So maybe taking that to the first phrase of it. What are the most tiring notes that do? Maybe holding higher notes as more, instead of holding it sustained, I could taper it. So Is it a ba da dum ba da? I can go ba da dum ba bum be da dee da dum. And then, yeah, more bouncy on the high A's. That could be it, and less sustained. Although it's kind of harder for the support to do it that way. All right, let me try it again. Yeah, it gets too... The culprit, I mean, that helps, but the culprits are all of the sustained notes. Maybe I can, on the like resolutions, the notes that I'm phrasing towards, back away from them sooner. Yum ba da da ba dum ba dum. Or maybe I could just sort of like take care of business and play really softly on the lower, more legato phrases, parts of the phrase. So, ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, bum, ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-dum. Segerstrom, I am tired, but I'm also getting the same, like the same. This happens every time, but maybe I'm always practicing at the same part of my practice session, so maybe I am just always tired. But I think there's a smarter way to play through it where you can get through it, and I haven't been able to get through it with repeats once. But Segerstrom, oh yeah, it's like a 10 out of 10 concerto. I like it a lot. In terms of acoustically, it's really fun to play in. It was, I guess, it's like based off of the hall in Lucerne, Switzerland. So if you've ever seen those like Abato Mahler recordings with Alessio just like blasting Mahler 3 on the F side, you can watch those like horn solo videos where he's just railing. You can see that he's doing it on the F side just to get the extra sizzle. It sounds so good. But anyways, that hall is similar to Segerstrom, or Segerstrom is similar to that. So acoustically, it's really fun to play in. But we don't own our hall at the Pacific Symphony, so I feel like it's not like Cincinnati where the musicians' lounge is like right off stage, or like our locker room is like further away from stage, and there's only like one single use bathroom that's close to backstage, so or two, so. It's mostly pros, I will say. Like, Andrew Bain told me that he liked playing in Segerstrom a lot. The thing about playing in Disney is that, like, if you're on stage, it's really easy to be heard. But also, if you're in the audience, if you drop a program, it's also really easy to hear that from stage. So it's like one big... It's not like everything comes from the stage outwards. It's all like one big acoustic space. So if someone's having a coughing fit, it's like everyone hears it. One thing I noticed about fourth horn in Segerstrom as well is that it's sometimes really difficult to hear across the hall, like across the stage. I'm not sure what halls are the best about this. Yeah, so I wonder, yeah, like the hall, if you liked how LA sounded in Segerstrom, then, yeah. I'd agree. It sounds good. The only thing about I feel bad for people. Some people in Segerstrom have to like their seats face this way, and they have to like look like this to the stage. Like their neck must hurt. But that's only a few seats in the orchestra part of the seating area. Anyways, okay, I've rested enough. Maybe I'll try adding a little vibrato to it next time, but it's over. It's over. That's the last time I can do it. I feel like I could get through height 31 with no repeats, but something about it, I need to figure out a way to phrase it, like, intelligently that's, like, more chill. Any tips on the embouchure with the lowest notes? You have to remove your mouth. By lowest notes, do you mean, like, pedal notes? Or just, like, low register? Like, can you do till on the same embouchure setup, or do you have to do a big embouchure change? Pedal notes? I mean, you could probably get away with it. I mean, what about, like, Ein Heldenleben? Do you have any trouble with the opening of Ein Heldenleben? If you have, like, a sort of secret forbidden jutsu that you operate to get a low note, I feel like you can get away with it most of the time. Flutter the Haydn. Yeah, alright, let me reread your... Honestly, as a fourth horn player, I don't really have, like, an insane pedal range, or at least I don't think I do. Like, pedal, like, Mahler 3, the E flat. It can sound really airy down there. I mean, the ways I practice down there are I flutter tongue. So, actually, no joke, BR. I can't go much lower than, I think E flat is like my lowest note, pedal E flat. What's typically my favorite horn part to play? First, second, third, or fourth? Totally depends on the piece, but I don't know, maybe first or fourth. Because it's fun to play the solos, but I played first when I was at New World Symphony on Mahler 6, and that week I was just like freaking out the whole time, just thinking about solos. And like one morning I put hot sauce on my eggs, and then I was just like in the morning rehearsal, and I was just like 10% worse because my lips were like kind of numb from hot sauce. And I was like, if I was playing fourth horn, this really wouldn't matter. Not that it doesn't matter for your fourth horn player to sound good, but you can play low and have had a little bit of hot sauce there. And that's just something with the register, but also there are fewer solos asked of you. So I like both. It's kind of, I don't know. Because when you're fourth, you get to just like close your eyes and enjoy the sounds, the music a lot with like free of any like worry. I don't know. Like the hardest thing I played last season, or the most exposed, was probably Dvorak 9 on fourth horn. And that was super fun. I had a great time, and you play that with third horn too. that's like super fun to play. Yeah. So Lud, your embouchure thing. Okay, so the problem is that the embouchure you use on pedal notes won't let you play good in normal low register. I mean, where does that? Sorry if I'm asking a bunch of questions about this, but like, what note specifically do you start doing that for? Because I think it's good to have a bunch of tools in the toolbox. So like, my guess is if you use this like forbidden, like embouchure, whatever, that you're doing this special setup, that it might have like certain skills. Like, I never figured out how to like really blast pedal notes. And so I know people who do like these like strange looking embouchures and can blast pedals. And I'm jealous. I wish I knew how, because to just have it in like as a tool in the toolbox. But like when I went to Colburn, I sort of did a like an embouchure change-ish, where I basically learned how to play everything on my top set. And so it's possible. Like you can play you can I used to have like a few like breaks, and then I learned how to play everything on my top set, and I go back and forth between, but I just use them as tools in the toolbox. Like sometimes it's good to play my old way when I do like Beethoven 3, but then it's good to use the Colburn way when I do stuff like Ein Heldenleben. Where there's just not as much shifting around. So I don't know. It depends. So my suggestion might be to you shift at low C and an octave over the lowest C. Oh, okay. Like the last note of till. That one. You probably will run into some. Wait, is that? Yeah, that is an octave above the lowest C. You might run into some trouble with that. Like, is Mahler 1 hard for you? The low 2D excerpt? Yes. Is that yes where that's the right note, or that Mahler 1 is tricky for you? Like, my recommendation is to like not have one way to play things, is learn how to play down there on your low set, or on your lowest set, your like special secret sauce, but then also on the set above, and the set above that, and the set above that. You can do it. And my recommendation is to make sure that your lips are keeping contact at all points, because usually that is when you form like a new break, is when your lips kind of get too far apart. So if you can keep them really close together and practice, I like flutter tonguing around breaks. If you can flutter tongue, Lud, the exercise I might do would be chromatic noodling, crescendoing with a flutter tonguing. And try it flutter, try it regular. It makes my nose itchy to play in the pedal register. Does anyone else feel that? Like, fourth horn on Alpine Symphony, if anyone's played it, like the first note you play is you just hold a pedal F for just like the longest time. And like the nose gets itchy. And wait, this is a crazy fact. So Strauss wrote Alpine at the time that there was this like foot cranked machine that would pump air into your mouth, and he wrote some of the horn parts with this machine in mind, where you'd stick this tube in your mouth and it would feed you air and basically circular breathe for you, and you could just like non-stop play. It's preserved. What is the name of it? I forgot the name. It has some crazy name. Yeah, but I've never seen anyone play it with it. I've never played it with it, but and I also can't. I can't circular breathe. But I feel like doing that on pedal F, circular breathing would be just like, that'd be tough. Yeah, too much. Okay. You like second horn? Like Rhapsody in Blue? Nice. Written by Gershwin, yeah. Yeah, I played second horn for a couple years. I did a couple 1 years in Syracuse, and I like playing second because it's high and low. Yeah, playing fourth, I don't know, it's just more chill. But you don't get to escape playing high when you're a fourth horn player, because whenever you do Pops concerts, you inevitably have to play John Williams, and John Williams wrote 2D French horn parts, so you always have to go up to high B flats on Star Wars. Yep, third horn is cool. Yeah, and you do get solos. I just have avoided it generally because it's like third horn on Bruckner is just brutal. You don't get an assistant. You don't get an assistant, so you're playing all the same stuff that first horn is, but just non-stop. You don't get a break. So you have to be like very strong and have like maybe a natural affinity for playing high, but I just, yeah. I do like playing third, and I like the challenge of every horn part. Like, I see myself as more of a utility player, because it is really fun figuring out like the difficulties of every of all the different parts. Yeah, any last, what am I working on these days? I'm working on a double tonguing thing. What is the next note? I've already lost it. I don't remember how that goes. Maybe I'll finish up with some scale pattern exercises. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, does anyone have any last questions as I'm finishing up? Thanks for chatting, everyone. This was a good warm-up. All right. Well, thanks to everyone. Do I have a favorite Tchaikovsky symphony? 6, and I've never played it. I've played 4, 5. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 are the most commonly played ones. I've played 5 a few times, and 4, I think more, at least more than once. Yeah, but 6 is so good. 6 is so good. It's so. It's called pathétique, which means not pathetic, but emotional. That's like the nickname it was given. And Tchaikovsky wrote this like right before he died. And there's a theory that he knew he was gonna die when he was finishing writing it. So he never got to see the premiere. What's the hardest to play? First, second, third, or fourth? Depends on the week, but can be third. Although I've been playing more third lately. It actually is pretty fun and not as grueling as I thought. It totally depends on the week. I'd say first is the most fun, but also has like the most you have to like battle your mental demons a bit more when you're in that chair. Because it's just more responsibility playing all those solos and stuff. Yeah. Apparently in Czech 6, I haven't played it, but there's just a crazy stopped horn, low horn part on like low C sharps or something. And you're supposed to play it loud. I haven't played the part, so I don't know, but anyways, thanks for stopping by. Let me think. If you're interested in lessons, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram or yeah, if you have any questions or comments, things you'd like me to make videos on, just feel free to drop them in the comments. All right, bye everyone.